How much do we really know about the woman who became a symbol of resistance during the Indian Rebellion of 1857? As we embark on this journey of discovery, we find ourselves in the heart of India, in the mid-19th century. We are about to unveil the story of a woman who would rise above her circumstances and become an icon of resistance and bravery, Rani Lakshmi Bai. In the annals of history, few names command as much respect and admiration as hers. A queen, a warrior, and a symbol of defiance against the British Empire, Rani Lakshmi Bai's tale is one that is deeply embedded in the Indian psyche. Her life, her struggles, and her indomitable spirit have been the subject of countless stories, songs, and even movies. Yet, the enigma that is Rani Lakshmi Bai continues to captivate us. What drove her to resist an empire? What made her a legend? Let's delve into the life of this remarkable woman who defied an empire and became a legendary figure in Indian history. Born as Manikarnika in 1828 in Varanasi, she was fondly known as Manu. As a young girl, she was unlike others of her age. Her father, Moropant Tambe, was a court advisor, and he instilled in her a deep understanding of political affairs from an early age. Her mother, Bhagirathi Bai, taught her the traditional duties of a woman, but Manu was more interested in the art of war. She was educated at home, receiving comprehensive training in martial arts, horse riding, and sword fighting, among other skills. Not your typical royal princess, she was a force to be reckoned with even before her teenage years. In the year 1842, at the tender age of 14, Manu's life took a significant turn. She was married to Raja Gangadhar Rao, the Maharaja of Jhansi. The young bride was renamed Lakshmi Bai, in honor of the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, symbolizing wealth and prosperity. The marriage marked a new chapter in her life as she took on the role of the Queen of Jhansi, embracing the responsibilities and challenges that came with it. Her reign, however, was not destined to be a long one. In 1853, just 11 years after their marriage, Raja Gangadhar Rao passed away due to ill health. The couple had been unable to bear a biological child, but they had adopted a boy named Anand Rao, who was renamed Damodar Rao in accordance with the customs. With the death of her husband, Rani Lakshmi Bai, at the age of 25, found herself at the helm of Jhansi. Her ascension to the throne was not without controversy. The British East India Company, under the infamous doctrine of lapse, refused to recognize Damodar Rao as the heir to Jhansi. Despite the challenges, Rani Lakshmi Bai refused to surrender her kingdom, marking the beginning of a new era in her life. Her life was about to take a dramatic turn, setting the stage for her place in history. The British East India Company had a policy known as Doctrine of Lapse, a tool to annex Indian states. This policy, controversial in its own right, stated that if a ruler of a state died without a legitimate male heir, the region would automatically be annexed by the British. Jhansi, the region under Rani Lakshmi Bai's rule, was no exception to this doctrine. With the passing of her husband, Maharaja Gangadhar Rao, Rani Lakshmi Bai was left without a biological son. They had adopted a son, but according to the doctrine of lapse, an adopted son was not considered a legitimate heir. Hence, Jhansi was marked for annexation. Rani Lakshmi Bai was offered a pension and ordered to leave the palace and the fort. But the Queen of Jhansi had other plans. Rani Lakshmi Bai was not one to stand by and watch as her kingdom was snatched away. She protested against the annexation, arguing that her adopted son, Damodar Rao, should be recognized as the rightful heir. She petitioned the British court, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. The British were adamant about implementing their policy, but the Queen's resolve was stronger than the British obstinacy. She refused to cede control over Jhansi, standing firm in her decision to resist. She declared, "I will not give up my Jhansi." She rallied her people, preparing them for the struggle that lay ahead. Her determination and courage ignited a spark of rebellion, not just in Jhansi, but across India. Rani Lakshmi Bai knew the challenges she would face. She was standing against the British Empire, a global powerhouse that had swept across continents and oceans. The odds were stacked against her, but her spirit remained unbroken. She understood the price of freedom, and she was willing to pay it. Faced with the might of the British Empire, she decided to fight back, marking the beginning of her legendary resistance. Rani Lakshmi Bai's struggle for Jhansi became a symbol of resistance against British rule. inspiring generations of freedom fighters and leaving an indelible mark on the pages of Indian history. Rani Lakshmi Bai's courage and determination were unmatched. She trained an army and prepared for war. As the looming threat of British invasion became inevitable, Rani Lakshmi Bai took up the mantle of a military leader. She was no longer just a queen. She was a warrior, a protector, a beacon of hope for her people. She began the arduous task of training an army, a diverse force composed of both men and women, soldiers and civilians. Despite their differences, they were unified under her command, inspired by her spirit and resilience. The queen's strategic acumen was evident in her preparations. She fortified the city's defenses, stocked up on ammunition and supplies, and devised a series of tactics that were as unconventional as they were effective. She understood that the British had a technological advantage, but she believed in the power of her people's courage and their will to protect their homeland. The rebellion of 1857 marked the beginning of a fierce struggle. It was during this time that Rani Lakshmi Bai's leadership shone the brightest. She led her forces into battle not from the back but from the front lines. She rode into the heart of the conflict, her presence a rallying cry for her soldiers. One of the key battles during this period was the siege of Jhansi. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Rani Lakshmi Bai and her forces held their ground for 2 weeks. Her strategic decisions, such as the use of guerrilla warfare and the intelligent allocation of her limited resources, played a crucial role in prolonging the resistance. Throughout the rebellion, Rani Lakshmi Bai displayed a level of courage and determination that was nothing short of extraordinary. She was a queen, a mother, a leader, and a warrior. Her spirit was unyielding, her resolve unbreakable. Despite the odds, she fought valiantly, earning the admiration of even her enemies. Her name became synonymous with bravery and her story a testament to the indomitable spirit of resistance. As we delve deeper into her life, we realize that Rani Lakshmi Bai was not just a warrior queen. She was a symbol of strength, of defiance, and of hope. In June 1858, during the siege of Gwalior, Rani Lakshmi Bai met her end. The brave warrior queen mounted her horse, fully aware that she was heading into a battle from which she may never return. Despite the odds stacked against her, she fought valiantly, embodying the spirit of resistance till her last breath. Her demise came not from a lack of courage, but rather from the sheer force of the British army. She was struck down in combat, but even in death, she refused to surrender her dignity. Her body was quickly seized by her loyal followers, who set up a pyre and committed her to the flames, denying the British the satisfaction of capturing her. The immediate aftermath was marked by a profound sense of loss. Yet her death was not in vain. It inspired countless others to rise against the British rule. Her death marked the end of an era, but the beginning of her legacy. Rani Lakshmi Bai's story did not end with her death. It was just the beginning. Her brave resistance sparked a flame that would ignite the Indian Rebellion of 1857, a crucial event that marked the end of the British East India Company's rule and paved the way for direct control by the British Crown. She was a catalyst, a beacon of defiance against foreign domination. Her courage and determination inspired her contemporaries and fueled their resolve to fight for their land, their rights, and their dignity. Her story echoed through the battle cries of the rebels, emboldening them as they stood against the might of the British Empire. But the impact of Rani Lakshmi Bai's resistance was not confined to the boundaries of her lifetime or the borders of her homeland. Her legacy transcended time and space, resonating far beyond the battlefield and the era of the Indian Rebellion. In India, she is celebrated as a national hero, a symbol of resistance and an epitome of female empowerment. Her story is etched into the collective memory of the nation, passed down from generation to generation through songs, folk tales, and history textbooks. From a young age, children are taught about her bravery, her leadership, and her unwavering commitment to her people and her country. Beyond India, the tale of the Warrior Queen of Jhansi has garnered global recognition. Her life and deeds have been immortalized in literature, theater, and film, reaching audiences worldwide and inspiring countless individuals with her indomitable spirit and her unyielding stand against oppression. Today, more than a century and a half after her death, the flame that Rani Lakshmi Bai ignited continues to burn bright. Her life and legacy continue to inspire millions, reminding us that courage and determination can defy even the mightiest empires.